Because considering the competition, right? Considering who has been here in Moscow and just how close it will be to the international.
And that's maybe a little bit less pressure on this match itself.
Right.
Especially for EG, who are more or less a lock for TI. So I think there's like an exhaustion, there's some level of maybe nerves going in, but I don't think there's going to be like a pressure like you have to win. It's not like the pressure of playing at a TI or one of them.
I'm sure there's no doubt that Liquid have had the chat saying, if you really want to know that we're going to pick up the win here, pick this up, know you've got the guaranteed ticket. And so we start the draft. Ready change up. Crystal Maiden has been taken away from Crit.
That is itself a rather interesting move. The last game, EG had first pick. They first picked the Treant, they won. And this game, Liquid has first pick. All the bans are the same. They did not go for the Treant. They do put a lot more focus on getting a hero like CM. And both of the teams like to run the hero too. So it tells us that Liquid is not afraid about the Treant at all, even though they did not do well against it last game.
Yeah, Crystal Maiden has been and is featured amongst the 3 heroes that they most picked. In fact, it's quite interesting. Look at Liquid's current 3 heroes on the right side of the screen. The 2 banned and the first picked are EG's most played heroes. They're taking them away from them in one way or another.
Well done, Alex. Well done. Good observation.
This is not observation. This is just me reading a spreadsheet.
And who are they going to pair it with? Darkseer to open it. So removes one of the counters against Tree, whilst giving them potential dual lane. Kind of good opening.
Yeah, awful lane for CM. You don't want anywhere near the lane. Treant plus Darkseer. I mean, the main thing is like you don't want to give away the Darkseer when you have Treant. So I think that's partly one of the bigger reasons why you pair those 2 heroes together.
Oh. Winter will be happy.
I mean,
Liquid will try their hand at it.
It was EG's first game's opening, right? CM Bristleback.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like if you do a BB safe lane, because but I'm not saying they will do it, like they can do it in all 3 lanes, but BB can actually absorb the pressure that the Darkseer and throws at you. This is the thing about Bristleback. You can lane him anywhere, and you can put him in the lane that has the most amount of pressure, and he's just gonna be fine in the lane. He doesn't farm as much, but it's very difficult for the enemy to push him out of the lane, and etc. It's a good hero to be placed against a pressure lane. That's why BB is such a good pick nowadays in the current meta, because you often see all these kind of like very annoying lanes, very hard to deal with, and BB is the perfect hero for that.
BB, your baby. Quap taken away from Samao.
Wonder if that means EG might ban Lone Druid.
Let's take a ban again, because they have the Darkseer. But EG, I mean, it's interesting to see this ban again, because so now we've seen this ban, twice already? Twice or three times. And Liquid has picked the hero up like 1 time in the previous series. So like EG sees this hero as a threat. This hero is a hero that, if not dealt properly, he can do a lot in the fights, and you can't really predict how much he can do as well, because the hero can do a lot, but he can also die very easily. Very volatile hero.
Kind of interesting to see the Quap and the Lone Druid bans traded for one another. It feels like their whole purpose was to cover one another, so now that they both ban it, they lose a ban.
Yep, and Liquid bans the Sven as well. Sven is really good against the Bristol. They are the teams that picked up the hero against the Bristol in the first game. And the enemy does have Darkseer. Darkseer Sven is very good combination together.
Still Razor in the pool, which was like what banned out in the 2nd stage in at least game 1. Something that's been played against the Bristleback, played in Arteezy's hands and Sumail's.
I would say probably harder to play against Sven than Razor as a Bristol. I mean, it's quite annoying as well, because of the unstable current. Then you don't really want to go in. Then you get slowed all the time. But EG just going all mass team fight. Vacuum, Warlock, Ultimate, Fatal Ball.
Earth Shaker.
It's going to help a lot against the Bristleback
lane. That was a quick draw.
That was really quick. They knew what they wanted, and Drow is a hero that is really against Bristleback. Because in the laning phase itself, the cold arrows, all the tools that Drow has is very good against Bristol, and you're a hero that can always have the option of building a Silver Edge. So all in all, Drow is very good against Bristol.
You previously have described Drow games as lots of early damage, lots of early success. You've also previously highlighted that Tree and Darkseer are very scary in the lane. Suggest EG are going to have some early dominance here, Kevin?
It's definitely possible. They could just move Tree around, put him in the safe lane at start, maybe kill Bristle one, go to the off lane. Pretty much anywhere Tree goes, he's going to be useful.
EG should have the advantage in the off lane and the mid lane for sure. The question for the Drowse lane is how much do they contest the Drowse lane? Like a Tree and Darkseer should be able to put a lot of pressure on, and the mid hero with Precision Aura should be able to win their lane as well.
But the tough part is you don't know what Liquid's lanes are yet. Could be Urshick or off lane. Mind Control's been playing that a lot, but Miracle also played at mid.
I mean, the thing is like they are not sure, but their lanes right now are looking pretty solid. Warlock, Drow, Darkseer, Treant, they're all very solid lanes on its own.
Lycan here that can perhaps run and charge down Drow range and...
Anyone gonna do the hand clap thing? Tumba's favorite hero, man.
No,
he's smiling. Look at me.
Smiling.
I mean, the hero is actually, in theory, very good against Drow because you just like Drow is very weak against gap closers, and Lycan is a fantastic gap closer.
But Overgrowth from Treant is really good against Lycan.
Yeah,
it's like one of the best ways to stop him from moving around.
But if they do like have a good early game, Lycan pulls ahead. I can see Lycan being like all over the place and Drow can be very hard pressed to find any solutions against that.
Will Liquid use their 5th ban? Or will they fall into Secret's trap? The no 5th ban.
That's the
strategy. You want to ban the OD again? OD versus Bristle always seems very good. Gives you a save, gives you good damage output.
It's true. It's good with Drow Aura.
But that was the hero they ran that one time against Secret when there was a Bristle on the playing field. OD versus Lycans should be fine as well, I want to say.
I see a Liquid fan there.
That's interesting.
EG fan.
They ran out the Enchantress, so even though Enchantress wasn't successful the last game, but Enchantress is a hero that's very good against the Drow. You want to mess with her lane early, you don't want her to just farm, get her levels, and the pace of the game would be really quick. So EG is more or less only worried about heroes that can slow the Drow down, hence the last ban Enchantress. And they're also worried about a push because Lycan Bristle could easily be a very quick game.
I do love that when you look over Liquid, every draft there is a full-on democracy. Every single person is inputting there. We saw Mind Control to Matumba to Miracle to Kuroki.
So do they? I mean, we're basically looking at a 4 position here. There's still potential.
Shaker, GH played Shaker
could
before.
be Shaker could be 4 position.
But
I mean, I think they could, if they want to, they could do this Shaker 4 position Bristle off lane, Lycan safe lane, pick another mid. Basically, the Shaker just goes level 1. You fissure the off lane, so the Bristle gets, even though it's a bad matchup against Drow, but if you can ensure that Bristle gets some farm, the fissure will make sure that the Bristle gets level 2, bare minimum. Then the lane could be okay for Bristle. So I could see that working for Liquid.
That's probably the discussion they're having at this point as well.
I mean, they have a lot of options with their 4 heroes right now. A lot of different ways to set up their draft, different lanes. So it's all about what they want to do right now. So I can understand why they're taking a long time here. They need to be able to find out what's best for the team and what's best against the enemy.
And of course, I mean, we talked about it before, it bears repeating. How much does player preference play a part in these huge discussions, these grand final drafts?
It probably doesn't matter as much.
I think a bit though, like we saw in True Sight, like when it comes down to like that mid, like right now, like if you're asking who do you want to ban mid, you're likely asking Miracle, like who do you not want to verse?
Right, it is,
like,
that's the player preference.
I think that's a big part of it. And I think similarly, it's like when you want to pick a hero for your mid, you're asking them if you think it's a good hero for this game, because they know, like Miracle knows, is this a good Invoker game? Probably better than Kuro does. He's the one who plays Invoker all the time, and he has a good feel whether these are heroes he wants to play the hero against.
He's made the call. The infamous Invoker will once again enter the battlefield.
I do like it this game. There's sort of weak disables from EG, and he's got a ton of wave clear. He's got really good late game team fight, which they kind of need to offset some of what like Warlock, Darkseer, Treant bring out. I think it was a good pick here. And he's going to have extra mana from CM. Maybe a little hard to Sunstrike. It's basically Frostbite or Shaker combos only, but I think it can work.
So what other good laners are there available against Invoker?
Is it too crazy to go TA against Lycan Bristle?
Yeah, I'm thinking TA, but TA doesn't feel... I mean, he's good. He has a good matchup, but doesn't feel like good for the game.
True.
I mean, there's... okay.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Retro.
Haven't seen that in a long time, but it's a combo. That's what NV likes to do a lot in the past with MP, Warlock plus Mirana. ball. Aghanim's Mirana with the Fatal Bonds.
I mean, in the past, we saw some serious Sumail Mirana. Not in a while, though.
I'm actually not very convinced with the Mirana. I'm more convinced with the Bristol, the Lycan, the brutal heroes.
Winter, have you ever predicted against a Bristleback? I think once in your life you've predicted against a Bristle.
No, never.
Never? Oh my god. You're the biggest fanboy in Dota. Let's see what you got though. I'm just clarifying, you are predicting Liquid.
Yes.
Faith in the Bristle, his Bristle baby. Bristle Bay. Gods.
I'm gonna stick with Winter. I think faith in the Bristle, but also in Miracles Invoker. I think this is a game where he should be able to do incredibly well.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna cast a curse it and give EG the win by saying Liquid will win this. No problem.
So we've got Mr. Superstitious, we've got Bristles Bay. Oh, it's been an adventure so far, and it's only going to get more exciting now. Someone of Liquid will take the lead and be one game away from the grand final and that trophy. Let's find out with your casters though. Odie, Pixel and Malini are waiting in the wings.
Thank you very much, Alex, and indeed a very warm welcome back to you watching at home for this Game 3 of the Grand Finals here at Epicenter 2017. Liquid EG's 1-1 at the moment. We've seen the draft, Ben. EG trying to bring back the Mirana Warlock comment over Liquid. They've got something pretty standard. Miracle Invoker, Matuma Man Lycan,